Okay. Can we all hear me? Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm trying to um join using another device so I can share my screen. So thank you once again. This is another opportunity to um push in our products and services into the markets because I usually say Nigeria as a whole is more or less of a commodities economy and not a of not or and not an equities economy. Over time, people are used to uh, the equities market where we have the stocks, the shares, and all of that. But I usually tell people that Nigeria itself is a commodities economy where we have lots of solid minerals, precious metals, and all of that. So why then do we have an economy that is blessed with so all of that, and then we are still not capitalizing and using all its features here in Nigeria? So this is going to be a very interesting session. So yes, just as Praise mentioned earlier, we'll be focusing on how to trade, sorry, how to invest in gold and crude oil futures, basically. And I'll be focusing majorly on the area of the platform we use, which is the GFTAVa platform. So basically, normally I would have given an overview of what the gold market is, more or less like a theoretical part, because I usually like to carry people along the to understand the fundamentals of gold, basically, before so that they can understand what gold is all about before uh we move on to the technical aspect of gold, basically, of how you can invest in gold and the gold features. So I usually start off with stating what gold is, being one of the densest of all metals, as it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So of course we know that gold is one of the first metals to attract human attention. So more examples of this. Okay, I'm trying to switch devices. Okay. So we have the physical gold futures contracts. Okay, just a minute. Let me switch devices. Recording in progress. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I've been able to switch devices, so we can proceed. So just like I mentioned, gold being one of the first metals to attract human attention, we have the physical gold, the gold futures contract, the gold ETF, and we have the equity investment in companies. So basically, what that means, just like physical gold implies, of course, the physical gold that you can see, you can touch, you can feel. Then we have the gold futures contract that basically means asset contracts which are bought at agreed prices but delivered and paid for later. We have the gold ETF that provides investors with exposure to gold by tracking the price changes of gold, as this allows investors to profit from gold price changes. Then we have equity investment in companies, where if you want to, more or less similar to the equities market, where you buy shares and all of that. So you can also have an equity investment in various companies. So I'll just like I mentioned, I wanted to switch systems so that I can share my screen on the GFTAVA platform. So I'll move straight. I just wanted to give an overview of just wanted to give an overview of Okay, host, please can you permit me to share my screen, please?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I was the host earlier, but when I switched screens, when I switched devices, I wasn't the host anymore. Okay, just a minute. My screen will come up now. Okay, just to confirm, if you can all see my screen. Can we all see my screen? Okay, so what we have on my screen here is the GFTAVa platform. So this platform is what we use in terms of in terms of how you can invest in this gold, the platform to use where you have access to it. You are more or less the person in charge of what you are doing. So I want to majorly focus on this GFT Ava platform today, on how you can go through it. So what we have here is the GFT Ava platform, just like I mentioned. GFT Ava, let me just give a rundown of what GFT Ava is so that we can understand why we are coming up with this platform. So GFT Ava is more or less is an innovative digital asset which is backed by investments in the derivatives market, sports market, and other markets, and hedge with real gold coins. So most times we hedge GFTAVA platform. This token is hedged by real gold coins, where we have partners in we have partners here in Nigeria that we can purchase these gold coins, and some of these our partners are the LCFE and the GTI, of which these two institutions are fully regulated by the SEC Nigeria. So we are now coming to put ourselves in the position where we are moving in an unregulated market. We are fully regulated and we are fully licensed through our partners. So unlike traditional cryptocurrencies, GFTAVa is designed to offer stability, security, and transparency, whereby we leverage cutting-edge technology and equally tangible assets backing. So how we operate basically is we operate in a financial and non-banking financial sector. We are not trading. We trade through, at least we have partners that I mentioned earlier, the GTI and the LCF. These are key partners because coming into the Nigerian market, we understand how um, um, approvals and all of that take. So the first phase, we are at least in partnership with various institutions that are licensed here in Nigeria, like I mentioned, the LCFE and SEC. So are we regulated? Yes, we are regulated. We are GFT AVA is under AVA Trade. If you look at AVA Trade, you know that AVA Trade is a global institution, and GTI and GFT rather is registered under AVA Trade to perform its roles basically. So let me just give you a rundown of how this platform works. So we have the home, we have the features, how it works, um, how it works. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so how to get verified, how to get registered. So to take you through this platform, so I'll be going down so you can see everything on my screen. So some of the features here are the innovative tokenomics, hedge with real good coins, just like I mentioned, through our key partner LCFE, the MAM automation, which is the multi account manager automation. That's the MAM automation. Then, as you can see here, we're fully regulated through trading through regulated markets, where like I mentioned, we have various partners. Um, we have various partners that assist uh, in this trading. You can equally, if you want to follow me through, you can equally log on to the site so you can have an overview of what I'm saying as well. So the site, to visit the link is gftava.com. So I will copy the link and equally put on the chat box so you can also see um, the um, the sites for yourself. So I'm putting the link on the chat box so you can visit the link. So you can visit the website. So it's gftava.com. So I already have. Oh, yes. Yes, I just saw a question from Mr. Joseph. Mr. Joseph is asking, can we sign up and use it in Zambia? Oh, yes, you can. Everyone has access to it, so there are no limitations. There are no limitations to this platform. So anyone from anywhere in the world, you can make use of the platform. So if you want to start on your registration, of course, you go to the registration portal where, yeah. So this is if you want to get registered. So registering, you put in your name, your email, your phone number, the password, and just the basic KYC for you to come on board. I already have an account. Let me log into my account so we can all see what the platform looks like. So I'll be logging in now. Okay, so unfortunately, time is not on my side, but what I'll encourage each and every one of us is the site, the link is on the website, is on the chat box, is on the chat box. So I'll encourage everyone to more or less go through the chat box, have a first-hand information, first-hand hands-on to understand how the chat box, how the site works. So basically, this is my dashboard. So by the time you are done with your registration, this is how your dashboard will look like. From here, you can come, you can buy your tokens, you can see your transaction history, you can get your account verified, you can fund your account and all of that. So this is basically what the GFT platform looks like. So one thing I want to encourage and want to put on the table is once you're on this platform, you just put your mind at rest that there is safety and there is security because one, you are dealing on a verified platform that you know that you are not going to have any issue of maybe fraud or maybe your portfolio being crashed and all. So one thing I give and I tell people is once you're able to get verified, you're able to fund your account, you're able to start your trading, you are good to go. And also, we have professionals who offer guidance if at all you're having challenges with purchase or sales and all of that, or withdrawals and all of that. We have a very robust support team that can come on board to put you through wherever you have challenges. So it's a platform that is pretty much straightforward and one can have easy access to. So due to lack of time, I'll just round up here and be open to any questions, basically. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manasseh. I think we'll go over to the next speaker, and at the end of the whole session, we'll give time for questions and answers. So our next speaker is Mr. Nnamdi Obi. He's the trading floor manager of GTI Capital. Mr. Obi, please.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me. It's nice to be here. I think this is an opportunity for us basically to just rub minds and see what we can put together in terms of our investment horizon. It's always very good to have variety of things that you can do. And I'll be taking a look at what's the kind of things that we've been able to achieve on this side of the divide with Nigeria as my anchor base. But primarily, I believe that it's something that with the little I'm going to share over the next couple of minutes will be an eye-opener for all of us in terms of how do we get involved, what are the potentials, what are the opportunities that each one of us has in this market. I would like to share my screen, but I think the last speaker is still on. So if you can come out. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So once again, I want to welcome everyone here. It's a pleasure for us to be part of what is happening on this platform. I know it's a very rich and robust platform that has been put in place, and we'll be able to see more and more activity on this platform. But bearing that in mind, we'd just like to walk people through exactly what kind of things that are available and the kind of things that you can see using the Nigerian experience and being able to translate that into an international platform like the one that is being proposed and is already in play from what I understand by the training school. It's been a lot of time coming, but I know that we're going to be seeing even more and more benefits from it. One of the things that we've been able to achieve with this is to like look at ourselves and ask ourselves, where all of these things going in terms of investments? My own particular topic, which I'm sharing today, is primarily on the gold market, how we can take advantage of it, and how, most importantly, we can actually benefit us. Be it if you are an individual or you are part of an institution, how can you benefit from using the gold in an investment platform like it's been presented to us today? A quick run through of my own presentation, and then we'll just talk about a few things about the kind of activities that we've been able to see. I know time is not on our side, so I'm going to be as quick, as brief as possible. We all know what the goal is. We are seeing, despite all that is going back and forth, gold has continued to maintain that stability. We all know it's a great hedge against inflation. If you are in Nigeria, which I believe some of us are, but if you are not, please, I know you can relate with some of the things I'm going to be saying over the next couple of minutes. Gold has been very, very stable, and in terms of a hedge to inflation, if you're in Nigeria, nobody needs to tell us how much Naira has fluctuated. And that means if you had been able to transfer your liquid assets in terms of Naira to a gold asset, you have surely overcome quite a few depreciations, because the Naira has gone from very, very strong position in the couple of years that we've been here, up to the present day now, where we've crossed over the 1,500 Naira mark on the dollar. And we're seeing that if you had invested in other assets, taking your money into things like gold, you are sure going to know that you will have saved yourself a lot of value in terms of being able to hedge it. Gold is becoming a very interesting alternative investment, not just in Nigeria, but literally across the world. It has been able to hold its own, hold its value across multiple issues around the world. And we're seeing that happening very well. Economic stability for Nigeria is actually now driving a lot of people into looking at gold. Why I'm taking time to talk about this is that one of the things that we now want to start realizing is this. Once the interest in gold gets to the level that we are seeing it now, definitely something is going to start happening. If you have already locked in your gold position, the prices are definitely going to start going up. And that is basically what we're doing in trading. You buy it when it's low and you sell it when it's high. So in Nigeria, we have very significant untapped gold reserves. We're seeing a lot of mining virtually in the northeast of Nigeria, even in the southwest. Very solid gold mines. We're seeing gold institutions like Japan. We're seeing Kayan West. These are actually setting up very heavy-duty gold mine, moving away from the artisan miners that we're used to in terms of gold. So there are very serious opportunities for you and I to play in the gold market right now, be it from the investment in local gold activities. You can actually start buying gold even at your own level. When I mean buying gold jewelries are probably the easiest of them for you to buy. Sometimes ago, we had clientele basis and people who were coming to us and say, because we are part of an institution that also does a lot of investments. And people will come around and say, look, I have so much little amount of money. What can I put my funds into? And we are realizing that, look, if we had organized it and valued it in terms of even getting them to invest those goals in terms of jewelries and things like that, have it appraised, have them stored, they will discover that the returns they are going to be getting can even be higher than what you are getting in some money market instruments, some stock that has gone up and down over that period. So it's something that the opportunities are huge. And now with that, you are looking at, if you are bringing that entire experience into a regulated market, like I'm going to be discussing with you in a couple of minutes, you're going to start seeing that, one, a new and very strong asset class has been created, both for the local market and for the international market. People can actually log in from anywhere in the world, from what I've even seen on this new platform, and you can actually trade the Nigerian gold. That is a huge opportunity for everyone in this market. Gold-backed financial products are springing up even as we speak. What that means is that we're creating products around the gold itself, which can actually be derivatives of that gold, of the gold market. So because it's not just a flimsy thing, there's a store of value called, which is the gold itself, which is physical. You can create derivatives of those physical gold and now track the value of those gold, which can now reflect on the values of the instrument that you've put in. And that will make it a lot easier, because those instruments can be broken down into smaller chunks in terms of easier value for people to buy and also to hold. So the challenges we have, well, there's limited access to the financial market, but that is one of the things that I'm excited about the platform I'm seeing. It gives you an easy access for you to come on board, do the transaction from anywhere in the world, and have the backing of some of these golds, especially the Nigerian gold that we're talking about. And that is very, very important. It's taking care of the infrastructure, but most importantly, if you're in Nigeria, moving away from the Naira and the kind of inflation that we're seeing. And I'm sure it's happening across Africa also. It's going to be a very, very good impetus going forward. But as a view of the Nigerian market, look, we have probably the second largest producer in Africa. A lot of artisan miners and small-scale miners are making a lot of money trading gold. But most importantly, what we are seeing is that even the central bank of nations, not just Nigeria, are now saying to themselves, instead of keeping these reserves in foreign currency, dollar, in dollar, in all the other foreign currencies, euros and the British pound, a gold-backed instrument is becoming very, very important, even for central banks and institutional investors. People are hedging against the depreciation of their currencies using gold. People are now, the central bank in itself is beefing up its gold storage. So not only is the sovereign wealth fund, taking an example of Nigeria, we are seeing the sovereign wealth fund investing in gold, and the gold, they're actually looking at Nigerian gold as a major aspect of how they're going to fund it. So investments are coming into that gold market. If you are a first mover advantage, you come to the realization that, look, if I get this gold into my portfolio now, by the time the central banks of this world are looking for it, by the time the institutional investors are looking for it, you will be sitting on top of an asset that will forever be increasing. It beats inflation 99% of the time. The store of value is maintained. Devaluation of the currencies will not affect it because you have a solid asset that is backing it. That table just shows what central banks across Africa are doing, and this is at December, and we are seeing it increasing even more as the awareness is growing in terms of what it takes to keep your currency stable. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of it. You know, in this, my presentation cuts across both the sports market and the futures and the derivatives. But basically, if you're looking at the sports market, that is where you actually do the buying and the selling of the physical gold itself. You can buy it in forms of jewelry, you can buy it in forms of instruments, but most importantly, it is there. The price, you are quoted the price, you take delivery once the settlement is done, and you are seeing many, many investors are getting into this market, be it in terms of gold bars, in terms of jewelry. We're seeing a lot of trading going on, informally as it might be, across major cities across Nigeria. But the awareness has taken off drastically. So I hope we are all hearing me. I know I've been speaking now for quite a while. I hope everybody Someone just give me a handshake, a wave, just to make sure that I'm still audible. Thank you very, very much. So in terms of advantages, look, it is easy for you to get into this market. It's easy for you to get gold. It's even easy for you to store them, and it's a lot easier for you to use as collateral. We have seen institutions, and I can name a few. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm not advertising for anybody, who are saying to people, if you have solid gold inventory, you have gold in your portfolio, appraisable gold in your portfolio, it qualifies you to get facilities to do any business that you want to do. People are already leveraging on this, and that is extremely important. We are seeing the usage moving away from just the mainstream days where we have our parents who buy it and keep it and wear it, hand it over to their daughters, who hand it over to their daughters. We are seeing people who are taking these gold investments and are now turning it into assets that can actually yield more assets for themselves. And entry is becoming a lot easier with the kind of platforms that we are seeing popping up all over the place. In Nigeria, for example, one of the things that has happened, especially in Lagos, is the fact that we have started to move away from that mainstream, local, unregulated market, and we're trying to build what we call a sports, fully regulated market. What does that mean? We can actually now trade gold on an exchange in Nigeria. That has started, and we're seeing some massive traction in that regard. It's a very early days yet, and I'm very, very excited to be part of this seminar in terms of the people I'm seeing who are investment-minded people. Because I'm sure you know that as you start your investment cycle, one of the things you realize is that if you get into this thing very, very early, very, very quickly, by the time the snowball effect starts, you will just be the one determining what the market is. So what has happened in Lagos especially, we are working with the exchange called the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. They have created what is called the Eco Gold Coin. The exchange is a fully regulated exchange in Nigeria. What that means is that if they are telling you that the gold they are selling is a 50-gram gold, 24-karat gold, you can be rest assured that that is what you are getting. And the good thing about it is this: they have gone in such a way that you can actually take that coin and say to yourself, look, because it's an exchange, I might not have the strength to buy one full coin. They have broken it down into 1 gram. Basically, what that means is that I can actually buy a fraction of a coin. And that is the way to get everyone involved. Now, what that means is that I can come in today into that market and buy 1 gram, which is a fraction of a coin. It goes into my portfolio. I can sell that 1 gram also on the floor of that exchange. That gram is as worth the same value as any 1 gram of gold anywhere in the world. Because it's dematerialized, you are looking at a situation where if you want to take possession of the gold, because we know some of us, we want to say to ourselves, hey, this gold, I want to hold it, I want to keep it, I want to put it under my pillow if you want. You will need to gradually build up your portfolio to 50 grams. Once you build up your portfolio to 50 grams, you can actually walk into the exchange and say, I produce your certificate and say, look, this is my certificate, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 50. I'm surrendering it and I'm collecting my pure 24-karat gold coin. And that is available as we speak. That market has taken off. That market is regulated. And that is where we are seeing the bridge between what is happening in the local market and the regulated market. The whole concept of this is that we're going to be seeing a shift from all the non-traditional aspect of it into a more structured market, which is the regulated market. And that is so important in the sense that you can be anywhere and you trade those instruments, either the spot markets for the coin itself, or a fraction of the coin itself, or a derivative of a product, which are now being built around the same coin. Because what that means is that at the end of the day, it's either the instrument or the fraction, you have the gold itself backing it up in a regulated exchange, in a regulated vault. And the Securities and Exchange Commission of Nigeria has given the seal of approval for this entire process. The kind of experiences we've had with it as we have launched over the years, like I said, it's early days yet. We're seeing trades volumes in over millions. We have done close over 100 million in terms of value for these trades. And we're seeing the prices, believe it or not, has gone from about 47,000 Naira. And we have crossed right now as we speak, as at the latest last trade that I can remember, we traded gold at 97,000 Naira. So can you imagine if you had gotten that gold at 47,000, you can get out of that market as we speak today at 97,000 Naira. I'm not going to do the maths, but these are what I call early days in this process. And these early days, we're going to be seeing a lot more of it. If you have the ability and the access to a platform like the one that is being presented to you, and that platform has the ability to link you to the Nigerian gold market, it is a market that I'm suggesting everyone get into immediately. I'm already in it, I'm not going to lie, because I am seeing those prices. And if you are looking at it, for those of you who can do a quick calculation, if the Nigerian market right now is doing 97,000 Naira per gram of pure 24 karat gold, I would like you to go quickly, sit down, look at the international market, look at the value of the gold of 1 gram in the international market, do your conversions in Naira, and then you'll be shocked to see the kind of opportunity that you are sitting on just by listening to this presentation. I'm not going to do that maths, but I'm telling you, people are doing that maths already, and the results they are getting are phenomenal. So we've had a good trade experience. We're seeing rises going up steadily over the years. And as it's happening, we're seeing people bringing in even other instruments around this gold, and they're going to start seeing a lot more. This market is the market that is going to take Nigeria by storm. And the good thing about it is this. Technology has given us the ability for you to buy and sell anything anywhere. You can connect and buy it and sell. You don't need to be in Nigeria to take part of this boom that is taking place right now. So that's very, very, very important. And I believe that that's something that we need to look forward to going forward. So, but in terms of the derivative itself, I know I need to quickly round up because I don't want to be here too long. There are derivative markets in Nigeria that are coming up. So basically what that means is, before you even start having real solid derivatives on the futures market, you need to have a very strong spot market. Because basically for you to do derivatives, the data that the spot market is going to generate for you is what you're going to be using to appraise your derivatives, to appraise your futures contracts. So we are seeing the spot market very, very active and it's coming up. So we're going to be now tapping into the derivative market. And you and I know, especially those of you who are doing already into investment and trades on various platforms across the world, derivative market is where you actually make a lot of money, where you can take positions, where you can do your leveraging and all of those things. And then of course the futures market, where you can price the gold, do your predictions, and be able to take a position now for a future delivery in the future. It's like making a very calculated bet based on the market trends. And that's why I took my time to talk very much about the sports market, talk about what the government is doing in terms of the need for this market, the value of the market that we have, the people who are involved in the market, not just individuals and corporates, and for you to know that there's only one way up. And if you are sure that the market is going up, getting into a futures contract is almost a no-brainer. And that's what we're saying. So, like I said, in the futures market, the hedging ability is there, leveraging very cost effective in order for you to do things. And of course, for those of us who are, we are not really, what do you call them? It's speculations, opportunities for price changes. Okay. In this market, the brokers, experienced brokers like the guys who have brought us here today, they know how to read the market. They know how to look, they know when to buy and when to sell. They know when to buy long and when to buy short. But I'm telling you that even right now, linking to the Nigerian gold market, it's becoming a no-brainer for everybody because we are looking at a situation where you are going to be going, it's up. You don't need too much analysis. For now, get involved. Very, very important. The regulators have realized this and they are working with virtually all the institutions to put things in place. Like I told you, the platform that we're using to trade gold right now is a regulated entity registered by SEC. So SEC monitors it. SEC are doing a lot to make sure that, most importantly, if you buy gold in that market, you have bought gold. There's no cheating, there's nothing like that. Very, very important. You are looking at that, it's already in place. The importance of the hedging abilities for it, we all know. I'll be sharing this with the organizers so you can also take a look at it and do much more. I know I don't want to spend too much time. So one of the things that is going to be playing a very vital role going forward is the infrastructure for trading. And I think that's where this the new system that the first speaker tried to talk about will play a very major role. I see from their description that they are linking up with the LTFE, that is the Lagos Commodities and Futures Exchange. They are where we play right now. So once that link is done, it means that from their platform, and that would be fantastic if they can do that connectivity, you can actually buy and sell gold automatically, and it will credit your portfolio. How do you do that? Basically, they will form your platform providers. You'll need to work with institutions, which I'm going to introduce a few of them down the line before I finish this presentation, so that they'll be able to create accounts for you, because you need what is called a custodian account, which is CSCS in Nigeria. That's where you can dematerialize your gold. Basically, why am I saying dematerialization of that gold is this? You can buy the gold and buy it purely for investment. You don't want to take it, so you have it dematerialized. That way, it's easy for you to get in and get out. Once you notice a price movement, you can sell. If you notice there's an early depreciation in the market, you can buy, take positions very, very easily, okay? But if you feel that, look, no, this is a good market, it's a regulated market, I want to be able to actually buy it and hold it, go and collect it, is not a problem. Once you get to the threshold, you can actually go and pick up your gold from the exchange. The only provision now is that if you need to sell it on the same platform, you need to reintroduce it into the market. And that will require you having to appraise it, because once you take the gold out of the system, it needs to be reappraised for it to get back into the system, because it's regulated. And because when we say we have this X amount of quality, that is what you're going to, anybody who is trading is going to get. So that's why the recertification will have to come into play. So for us, there's growth prospects in Nigeria for gold. The minings are there. The reserves are all over the place in the north and the southwest. We have a lot of gold reserves. There are ETFs already in play that are backed by gold, so that is already being traded. If you don't want to buy the physical gold itself, or you can trade on the instruments, and then that's where we are. So one of the things that this session is give us create an awareness, introduce you to how it's done through these seminars and interactions. So I'm sure by the time we exchange ideas in terms of questions, we'll be able to know even a lot more. So what is development that we have? We represent a group of companies called the GTI Group. Like I said, we work very closely with the LCFA. We're already trading these goals for our customers. We have various aspects in terms of the entire group, the GTI Asset Management. They are the ones that are creating notes around the goals for you to trade. GTI Capital is the issuing house. They help provide the gold by dematerializing it into the exchange, going throughout the SEC issues. And then we have GTI Securities. If you are going to be trading gold right now, you need a broker. GTI Securities is a broker for you. You can come on board, open a custodian account for you, give you access to buy and sell. And I'm sure through your platform, you'll be able to do that as quickly as possible. So key takeaways for me for this entire presentation: gold is gold. I can say everything else that you know, but gold is gold. Provides a good hedge for inflation. We all know that. It's gives a good hedge for your currency. If you're in Nigeria, I don't need to tell you too much, but it's the same thing all over the world. You hedge your currency, and it provides good prospect for uncertainty. I can tell you a lot of people have actually bought a gold coins and have traveled out of the country with them and exchanged them for various local currencies that they've been in. And it's been a seamless process for them also. Long-term benefits of gold, powerful tool, and that is something that you cannot overemphasize. At this point, I'll say thank you for listening. And then if there are any questions, I'll take it at this point. Thank you very much. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obi, for this enlightening session. I think we'll take questions at the end of the session. I would like to call up the next speaker, Mr. Uche Paragon. He's a fund manager and one of the best traders Africa has produced. Mr. Uche, please.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Onamde. The presentation was powerful. In fact, it was beyond my imagination, to be honest. Who else gained value from that presentation? Please, did you get any value? I was so it was a very wonderful presentation beyond what I expected, to be honest. Thank you so much for your presentation. So, yeah, somebody said so powerful. Yeah, very powerful presentation. It was not what I kind of expected. It's well written. In fact, you have said it all. So what I'm just going to present to you is how you can come on board. We know about all these things. The question is, how do we come on board? So GFTAVa is an innovative trading platform that connects you. What the system does is to connect you to the global regulated companies. And we, as traders and portfolio managers, are privileged to work with the, companies like this to help clients to be able to connect and take benefit or earn benefit from this market. So GFTAVa is one of the best company can trade with, one of the best. Why do I say so? Because they connect through different regulated exchange and brokers. So if you are only trading with only CFD broker, you are limited. That's the truth. Like because of why the only market you have access to will just be CFD instrument. You know what I mean? Then if you are only trading with only spot broker, you're also limited. Because the only access market you have access to is spot product. Now, but GFT connect both CFD futures and spot together, and they use gold instrument for hedging. So it becomes difficult for company even to go into liquidations. Or your own account under GF to go into liquidation because of gold hedges it. For now, this year GFT gold has gone over, I think 13% of 18% this year already since January, from $92 to $114. That's per gram. And now, as Dr. Nami said, gold, the price of gold spot is where the price of the derivative is derived from. So you need to have access to the real market first before you think of what you're seeing on a brokerage platform that can be seen move up and down. You think that's the real price. The real price is spot. The spot price is the real price. So now GFT is as an innovative platform, they integrate derivative hedge with real gold, making it difficult for you to ask. And now these instruments are not connected to a particular platform. They connect to intercontinental. So also, which he said now, one of the platform GFT is using to trade on gold. We trade on Nigerian gold because Nigeria is one of the countries that has the highest deposit of gold. So you don't expect a company like that to be connected to maybe Australia, to New Zealand, or okay, New Zealand has gold anyway. Like I'm talking about company that exists in where you cannot even have access to product, or a company that doesn't even have the gold. Then another company they use in trading gold, another exchange rather, in trading gold is London Gold Exchange. So it's easy to access them. It's easy for the company to access them. Then another company they use in trading derivative and CFDs is AvaTrade. So everything is interconnected. It's AvaTrade. Some of you already know about this. So you can come into GFT as a trader. You can also come in as a portfolio manager. Then you can also come in, of course, through partnership, you can work with GFT, where you can have your portfolio with them, just as the first presenter said, and they're able to have access to this instrument and stop losing your money. Stop coming and talking about, I put money here, everything go. It can't happen because if you don't have access to all these things, those things limit you. So I just made up some list of portfolio you can have with GFT. Now, because they are doing Ramadan special offer, you can be able to have an account with them as, okay, this was started with big amounts, minimum deposit of $1 million. And you have access to, gold hedging up to 50% of gold. As you can see it here, up to 50% of gold, or up to 50% of your asset, your investment will be hedged with physical gold here. So instead of putting all your eggs in one derivative platform with leverage, then you could be able to diversify through the GFT platform. They're the only platform that offers that. If you check some other broker platform, they only offer maybe metal quote, and those metal quote doesn't allow hedging. And you know that big companies, big firms, they hedge with gold. That's the disadvantage with retailers. They don't have access to it. Now GFT have given you access to those kind of markets. Then they also have, there's also affordable portfolios you can easily use, like this one. Yeah, you can have $1,000 account, then up to 20% of your portfolio can be hedged with gold. And at the same time, you'll be making money together with those yeah, you're making money with them. Yeah, so then you also have access to, there's also another one here, which is, have I finished the slide? Okay, there's also, of course, the $100 one, which is, that's $100, you may not be able to hedge with gold, but that's minimum because in AvaTrade platform and GFT Ava platform, minimum for derivative account is $100. So you can have $100 account, but you may not necessarily have access to hedge with gold because it's not even up to 1 gram. So you could just trade on derivative on derivative or on your CFD. Then you can also trade your own account. That's why this program is hosted through our trading school, which is a Paragon trading school. So we teach you how to trade in case you want to be the one to do by yourself. So you can trade your own account and able to make your own profit. But depending on the platform you are using, GFT is not a broker. They are a trading company. They act as executional company, executional broker, or they act as portfolio management company. So they're not a broker. So, and they're not an exchange. As you can see, those gold have purchased through different exchange and stored in gold vault across the exchange which they are authorized to trade on. The same way, the account trading on CFD account is also held with another broker such as AvaTrade or any other broker that they also work with. So the platform is an innovative system that connects you to the different exchange and different platform where you can be able to make money. And there's also the one of $50,000. You can have up to 40% of it. $50,000 account, you can hedge out the 40% with gold. So now, what it means that you're making profit from when the price of gold is rising on the spot. Like now, over 18% has been gained. That's on spot. So on derivative, it's also getting gold has hit $3,000 per ounce. And the analyst from Goldman Sachs, as of last 2 weeks, is talking about gold getting to 3,200. I'm expecting that it will get to 3,500. We started buying it 6 months ago on our derivative. Then I started hedging it. So we are making dual profit. At the same time, even on oil futures we are talking about, we're also talking using it to hedge on oil futures. Do you understand? So because of these two commodities have most like active commodities that have big investors, so there's always opportunity to make money from them. And now hedging together or merging both together is very, very innovative, which is rare, and they have to come into it. We are all opportunity to have this kind of technology in place and where we can be able to participate in it. I think that is as much as I can give you very quick. For those of you that want to join, you are free to ask questions now, and we'll be able to answer you in the next 5 to maybe 6 minutes. Then we can go back to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Uche. The floor is open for questions. Please, you can send in your questions. Okay, Mr. Darius, you can proceed with asking your question.
Yeah, Darius raised a hand, so you can ask a question, Darius. You can unmute and ask a question. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Yes, my question is, you showed us the minimum amount, which is 1 million. Does that apply for even those like us who are just starting? What's the minimum amount that you can start with?
I showed the minimum of $100, not 1 million.
Oh, I thought it's 1 million.
Yeah. No. It's 100. So there were different minimum, different account you can have. I just like drafted it that way. You could start with $100. Where is it again? Yeah, look at it. Let me share it back again. I was sliding it. If you check here, yeah, you could have from $100. You can start trading with GFT, but just that you may not be able to hedge on the gold because it's not even up to a gram. $100 is not up to a gram. But from you can have $1,000 plus, then you have up to 20% of it on gold or more on gold, like from $1,000 account. Then even $500, some of our students has $500 with GFT is also hedged with gold. As you can see, gold has gained over like 415% last year. Yeah. We have big investors that can pull up to $1 million plus. So they cannot, those ones, more of that money is hedged on exchange. On GFT, you can't come and hear that maybe they have liquidation based on the technology they are using based on how the strategy they are using as we speak. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, like this $100, it can be traded more like the way we trade on the charts with the gold.
Yes.
Not
Yeah,
as
you can trade you can trade normally, but may not be able to hedge.
okay. So the minimum of hedging is how much? You want $1,000?
Yeah, if you have the $500, you can be able to hedge. Yeah.
Oh, so practically, with that $100, how much maybe can you be expecting to return maybe after a month?
Okay. It's practically unethical. I don't know if Dr. Nandi is here so that he can confirm my truth. If I'm saying the truth, okay, she's still in the meeting. It's actually unethical to promise you hardly see promise. It's unethical for any of the company to give a guarantee return. No, it's difficult unless if you're dealing with mutual fund or treasury bill. All these things. So they can only give you expectation. Like last year, they gained more than 100 something percent, but they cannot use it to tell you that they're gonna give you 100 something percent. No. So it's only subject to market performances. So brokers and the trading company, they hardly give promise, like, you know what I mean? Like give you a fixed, a guaranteed return. No, it's based on market return. Like it has something we share on GFT. We shared from GFT to our Telegram. They are expecting about 50% on gold spot this year, but that one is not that they are guaranteeing you 50% return, because it's not like it's not like fixed income market. I don't know if I'm right, Dr. Nande.
I get you. I understand.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So there is no disadvantage whereby you can lose the whole money, the $100, since it's a minimum.
If you are using GFT or digital platform, it's kind of difficult for them to have liquidation because it's gonna be traded through their token, as the previous person showed, Mr. Manasseh. It's gonna be traded through their token. So that token will reflect the entire performances of their strategies, which you now benefit. That's the advantage. But if you are trading it on MT5, that it will be on a single portfolio, single account, just on your account. Then, unless if the risk is minimal, then and leverage is small. But the one thing about GFT digital platform is that it's not leverage. It's not just a leverage platform. It's not done on leverage, so it's spot and leverage. I don't know if I'm answering the question correctly. So, who else has a question? Some of you are very quiet. So you may ask yourself how you can join. You may join through. I don't know if I'm allowed to share my own link. At least I can register with GFTAVa because we have about a few minutes to go. So I'm waiting for another question because I want to share something with you. Okay, while that is loading, let me open this up for you.
Just a quick one. Like, for how long are you expecting to hold? Since we are saying that investments are for a long term, what's the minimum?
You can hold. Yeah, you can hold for a minimum of 3 months. But I always encourage people. Yeah, it's done for you to earn more. You know, this business, it's not good to jump in and jump out quickly. So you have to like hold for a while, like at least minimum of 3 months. You can hold more, 6 months. I like, let's talk about that. It's like when you're making your own trading. If you allow your trade to run for a long time, you have a chance of making more profit. But if you are just going in and, if market reacts, you just want to leave, then you won't make much profit. Do you understand?
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
For those of us that are trading oil, we did analysis. I don't know how many of you that are here. So our analysis on oil is still very valid. Of course, you're actually hedging together with gold. The same analysis we had on gold is still very much valid. You can be able to. For the that are on, okay, somebody asked another question. If I can be traded on MT4 platform, is it this company that does it? We don't use MT4 platform. We don't use MT4, so rather we use MT5. So if it can be traded, gold hedging, the MT4 doesn't allow hedging on gold. The MT4 is for CFD. CFD and leverage product. They are not really necessarily for spot and a proper future market. No. So future market is easy on MT5. And but MT5 does not allow hedging. So for those of you that are on oil derivative, so our analysis is still very valid. Oil has hit $75, $73 per barrel. So remember, we started buying here when it was 69. It's now 73. So technically, we have hit about 300 pips. Brent and WTI, we have gotten 600 pips already, which made up our monthly target. Those of you who are, here, we don't speculate. We follow, we know what we're doing. So we followed a plan. So we already have gotten 600 pips. I think we have all hit our target for the month of March. So let's see what the month of April will be. I'm also certainly that we're gonna also hit our target. But in the meantime, those analyses are still very much valid. They are still very much valid. Yeah, for those of you that want to join our trading school, fine. You're also free to join us. This is one of the best places you need to learn. Time for us. Thank you, sir. Kindly share more light on the April month trade with each Paragon's trading. What is the recommended balance to prepare? We don't, okay, you say recommended, but we always want people who can maybe have good amount of money. A beginner need to have good amount, maybe $1,000 or $2,000. Or any amount you can, it's up to you. And also up to your broker. Yeah. So it's a live trading, it's not training. We're trading live with everyone. So if you need to learn trading, you need to start now. Try to learn a bit from us until we go into it. Although we'll also be having some training session for the paid students, not for people who are just trying to learn from us how we trade. Our moderator, I think I'm done with my time, so we can end your class, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Uche. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining this session. We've come to the end of the session today. I hope it was an enlightening one. And I hope we all learned a thing or two from today's session. Well, I hope we all learned. But you can kindly visit our page for more insight and also register and join the GFTAVa. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a great day ahead.
Before we go, those of you that want to join, can you please maybe drop your phone number or maybe your WhatsApp, so that we can be able to, I can personally, I may even call you by myself, so I can be able to connect you directly to me, so you can be able to join us.